all should be good, hopefully. I actually made a list for things I could do and probably should do. Excuse me. Firstly, I think I kinda messed up because all these trucks are available for free, which was not my intention. I am playing with, I don't know which rules exactly, but with some new game plus rules. And apparently accidentally enabled the thing where most trucks, I don't know if they're all available already. Some are rank locked, it seems. Others you have to still find in the world, like the White Western. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know exactly what the rule is that I enabled, but I'm kind of bummed because I don't want to get trucks for free from the shop. I don't know if it's just the first one I would get that's free, or if they're all gonna be free. I guess I could try that, but I'm kind of wondering if I would quote-unquote purchase one of these trucks. I assume I won't be able to sell it then. I wasn't sure the stream was running, but it should be, hopefully. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure how this all works. I'm just gonna carry on, I guess. So, wait, if we go to the global map, did I accidentally retain? Yeah. Off to a confusing start. So, wait, in Drummond, I still have my Scout 800 and the P16 we found last time. I still have 2 towers to unlock here, but I'm gonna have to get there from the Smithville Dam gate, because this bridge is not fixed yet. And then, yeah, so the plan for the immediate future is to get to this bridge just to officially find that task to fix it. Then we'll head back here to Island Lake, where there are also 4 more towers to do. After that, either I want to try and fix the Twinsteer, because that will be very useful, or I just want to start fixing the 2 bridges in Drummond Island. I think that's not the worst plan. So yeah. There is a gas station here I could use. If I sound a bit all over the place, it's because I'm not sick, but I'm having a bit of a headache. But I said I would stream today and I wanted to, so I decided to power through. Maybe it won't be as long of a stream as it usually is. I think usually it's like 3 hours or so. So maybe today will be more like 2 hours. Hang on, because I do want to check in YouTube if I am actually live. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's all concrete slabs which we don't need right now. I feel like it's been at least 2 weeks since I streamed. It's just stuff got in the way. Last weekend we went to my wife's aunt in Germany, and yeah, I was home on Sunday. It's such a huge truck. I know there are bigger ones later on, but the difference between the trucks I have now is pretty massive. Wait, did I pass the fuel station already? Yeah, that was just dumb going straight through the middle. So, yeah, I was home last Sunday, so I could have streamed, but we, and by that I mean Anna, had been driving all night. Because we left her aunt's at 1-ish at night. With the plan, I mean, we intended to leave around 10 or so. Again, 10 at night. But as it turned out, jeez, there's something stuck in my throat. They ended up talking a bit longer than expected, so it was already approaching 10, and it was like a 5 to 6 hour drive home. So that was probably not gonna end well. Hang on, I feel like yeah. I should be going there. So we slept there for a few hours until a bit after midnight, I think. We left around 1 in the morning. And yeah, not the first time, but we kind of underestimated how difficult it would be to drive so late. So We had to stop a few times on the way just by the highway to sleep for... Uh-oh, what's happening? How am I this? This bad. Wait, I have to do this not like an idiot. I went through here last time in the opposite direction. And I don't remember struggling this much then. Okay. Thank you, tree. Yeah, so the reality is we're not as young as we think we are. Because there used to be a time when we would have been able to do that. I keep saying we, I mean Anna, because I don't drive, somewhat embarrassingly. But yeah, the last few times we undertook trips like that, they never really ended well. Just, you know, we always underestimate how tough it will be. What am I doing? I'm kind of baffled that I'm getting stuck so much, 'cause I don't think my driving style is any different from the last time I went through here. Nothing changed about the truck. Maybe I am a bit more aggressive. So yeah, long story short, we got back on Sunday around 10 in the morning. And we pretty much went to sleep right away until sometime in the afternoon, by which time I was still a bit hungover just from being up all night. And that was just not a good time to stream. Maybe this isn't a good time to stream either. I'm feeling very all over the place mentally. Case in point, I said I was going to go here to unlock that task, but I forgot. So yeah, just going straight to Island Lake. Get those towers. I just want to see. We are at rank 7. Still kind of far away from rank 8. But it will be an important rank, because I'm fairly sure that you unlock off-road tires for bigger trucks at rank 8. Like, you know, Fleet Star and all the other ones we have. The GMC still, the Kodiak. And the reason a specific reason why I'm a bit bummed that I accidentally made all trucks available from the start is that I was thinking to buy an off-road truck. Because I kind of need one. And, you know, I wanted to save up for it and not just cheese purchase it one for free. I did also think about taking a short trip to Alaska. Wrong button. I do apologize. I should remember to mute the mic. Yeah, so go to Alaska to just find the Royal. Because I never really used that truck much in my first playthrough, because by that time I had better ones. But, you know, I do like it. I just didn't make much sense to use it. So I mean, now if I go get it a bit earlier, I can still put it to use here and maybe get used to it more, so I can keep using it instead of dismissing it when I get I don't know, Paystar or Freightliner, if I have those available. Where do I need to go? Yeah, kind of went the wrong way once again. This is a swampy mess. Heyo, what's up? I have a question that maybe you know the answer to, because I'm sure you know more about this game than I do. I accidentally made all trucks available for free. Like, well, pretty much all of them. Like, all the ones I have so far. I didn't specifically see it, but the Paystar, probably, the A&K, Like they're all, I can just take them from the shop. I don't have to spend money on them. And I'm wondering if there's a way to undo that, so I do have to pay for them, or am I basically screwed? And would I have to start a new game to, you know, to have to pay for stuff? Also, how did I get stuck in this position? There's not much I can do. The only thing I can think to do is to winch to that tree and like try to steer myself past it somehow. Which doesn't really seem to work because I'm reversed. And I'm taking water damage. What am I doing? Okay, change of plan. Recover. I guess we're doing something else first. Of course, now if I want to go to Drummond Island to approach from the north side, I will have to drive all this way. So I want to see if there's something task-wise I can do here. This one was not really doable. This one I'm confused. Like, of course, you would try to go this way. But since it's called the long way, like, I'm guessing you have to go the long way around, but I don't know how. Because the actual long way would be through Drummond Island, down to Island Lake, and then through this gate and up, which just seems excessive. Can try this one, although I'm not sure how. Wait, the essentials. Two bricks. I'm guessing, yeah, one. Oh, that's annoying. One from there. Fuel from here. I'm feeling too confused in my head to do actual jobs now. So we are... Wait. Since I'm going to Drummond Island, maybe I should go in... Hang on. far as I know, I don't think you can change game settings. You could buy and delete trailers for the money it would cost. Right. Maybe. It's really a bummer that, like, I was paying attention when I started the New Game Plus and I chose the modifiers. But either I didn't know what they meant or I just accidentally turned one on. So yeah, I was saying, since we're going to Drummond Island for those towers, I think I want to repair the Fleet Star. Not the Fleet Star, the Twinsteer. I'm not sure which truck I would use for that. Maybe the Kodiak. It's maybe not the best choice, but I kind of feel like using it. Let's take off the crane. This looks really ugly, but there's no alternative. This only has parts though, not fuel, which is a bit confusing. Because then I still need to refuel the Twinsteer somehow. I thought the van body also had fuel. I forget how many parts I still need for the Twinsteer. No, still getting my maps confused. And this one. $360 fuel, $360-ish, no, $460 repair parts. It's kind of a lot. Unless I buy a fuel trailer, but I don't think this truck is capable enough. I don't have a lot of money at this point in time. I'm gonna wanna get this either way. Maybe I can sell this. It's a bit desperate. Off-road. Yeah. I knew, but hearing you say it makes me not want to do this. Come on, why can I not leave. What did I do with the... Where did I put my scout? I thought I drove into the garage. Oh, in the wrong map. Retain this. I could sell, but I'm not going to just yet. Yeah, I do like it later on. I forget where you get the all-wheel drive thing for it. It's a fun truck, but it's like, it's not always the best. So we have enough repair parts, just about. Although with both add-ons we do have enough. And we have enough fuel. So I'm thinking we just go... We go to Island Lake in the Scout. What am I doing? Yeah, I mean, we don't have enough fuel to really fill it up all the way. But there are some big fuel tankers just standing around in that map, so if we do need to refill it fully, I can just get more fuel for free. So I guess we're gonna do the towers. It's possible I made another logical error just now. So the Twinsteer is in Island Lake. The gate to Island Lake is at the bottom of this map. I was preparing to do that long drive to Drummond Island for the Twinsteer. No, for the two towers. I apologize for the like logical mess. But I do want to get the Twinsteer first. I think it makes more sense to get that one available to use. Whoops. So we still don't have any off-road truck. And I was saying earlier, I don't know if you were here already, but I'm thinking to make a short round trip to Alaska just to get the royal. Oops. Maybe not in auto gear. I'm sure there's a shorter way through this, but I don't want to get stuck. There's the White Western. Yearning to be rescued. Oh, yeah. I thought I had to go there to go where I want to go. Yeah. My reasoning is that the royal is good here. Probably also in Alaska, because I saw you use it quite a bit. And in later maps, I'm not sure I'm gonna be using it that much anyway. Because by that time I will most likely have something better. The question is, I'm not exactly sure where in Alaska it is. I can picture where it is, but I don't know where that is on the map. I want to say southwest in the first map. I seem to remember it's in a flooded place. If we would go get the royal, I could think about finishing some of those tasks in Black River that allegedly require an off-road truck, like the pump thing and stock trailer and that Chevy in the middle of the field, the oil tanker in the east of the map in that swampy place. I don't know how well the Royal would handle all of that, but should be fine. Maybe it could get the White Western unstuck. It kind of bothers me to switch to the next region before finishing Michigan. It's not an OCD thing, but I like to finish one region before moving on to the next one. But I do like the idea of using the Royal. So I think I will do that. Oops. A bit over enthusiastic. Okay. If I can find a fuel tanker on the way, perhaps I should refuel first. There's one right here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, not this right, but the next one. Incidentally, I bought the year 1 pass. It was on sale last week or 2 weeks ago. Recently. I forget by how much, but it was like 16 or 17 euro for the pass, which I think normally is like 25-ish. It was tempting to get the year 2 pass as well. Although it gets a bit confusing on Steam, like figuring out what each year pass contains, and you know, I was thinking if I really want to do Cola and Yukon again this time around, I'm not sure if I will. I might just jump from Tamir to Wisconsin. Because there aren't, from memory, or I did look it up which trucks are in which DLC things, season passes. I know Cola has the Ford F750, which I do really like, but I could do without. Like, sometimes it makes the game a bit too easy, because it's so, it can carry so many repair things, and it's kind of unstoppable on most terrain. So maybe this time I won't get it. Just to force myself to use other scouts. I forget which other trucks are in Cola, but I don't think there are that many. Maybe the Bandit? Correct me if I'm wrong. Which I also like. And yeah, Yukon I just didn't really enjoy that much. Oh. Right. It's an interesting point. Because I do like the Twinsteer. And I assume all-wheel drive's kind of essential. Especially given the length. Yeah, I forget about the Bandit. I know wait. I do specifically remember having it in Cola. Yo. Yeah. That would be valid. Like, generally, all the towers should be available. So, it's not a bad plan. Okay. Roof rack to Twinsteer. And expanded thing to Twinsteer. And then refuel. Yeah, I guess I do have to fill it up completely. Or do I? Can I? No, I can't change to it yet. Is that a fuel? Yeah. Although it's kind of more difficult to get to than this big one. So let's just make another trip to there. And then back in here. Oh, right. Forgot I had that tower marked. Yeah. It's not that I really dislike it, I just... Yeah, like you said, the only thing I remember is a lot of long, usually multi-trip things to do. From memory, the second map, whatever it's called, like something salmon, maybe, in the name. Yeah, I don't have particularly fond memories of that map, just overall pretty difficult. And not difficult in a fun way, just annoying. Okay. By the time you select the right winch point, you're out already. I guess I could have used fuel from the scout itself. I don't know how much I have left. Yeah, not enough anyway. My mic was obscuring, or is obscuring, the bottom left side of the screen. Generally, I just feel an urge to progress as fast as I can because I started fairly late with the game, and like I've played it many hours, but you know, what am I trying to say? Pretty much ever since I started playing it, I feel like I have to catch up with all the seasons. Because there are so many, and it takes a long time to get through one, so it's not like you can ever really catch up. Oh, okay. Was confused why I couldn't select the tanker. Yeah, just refill everything. Clumsily. I'm thinking what I want to do with the White Western, with the Twinsteer. I assume I can just start using it right away. Although, I did say I was going to do the remaining towers. So I should do that first. No, not in here. I guess if I would actively play the game a lot, maybe it wouldn't take as long as I think to get, or like to reach the point where I left off on PlayStation, which is Wisconsin. Because usually the beginning of a region is kind of tough, but after a while you know the better and worse routes. Yeah, that's pretty much my point in a roundabout way. There was a time, or a few times, where I was playing it for several hours pretty much every day. That's not good. And, I mean, it's hard to remember how long each region actually took to fully complete, but I think at least a few of them I could complete in a few weeks of just not non-stop playing, but serious grinding most days. I'm sure if you really know what you're doing, you could arguably get like whatever region done in a few days. But I for sure could not. Okay, last bit of fuel. Nice. Finders keepers. The thing is, I don't know how good the Twinsteer is in its default state. As in, if I could, if I could start using it now already for contracts here. Yeah, let's do these towers in no particular order. Maybe just go around counterclockwise. No, which would mean to there. It's hard to see what route you would have to take. I don't know if you can just go down from here. It's getting a bit dark in my room. Yeah, it's only been an hour, so I think another hour or so, or however long it takes to at least get these towers done. I have to go to the hospital tomorrow. I think I mentioned it, like, made a post yesterday. The scout is kind of struggling in all this mud. I'm gonna spend my first night ever at a hospital. It's not, I mean, it kind of is for anything, for something. I forgot how to talk. It kind of is for something serious, but also not really. So I have to go take a sleep exam, whatever you call it in English. Because I'm pretty sure I have sleep apnea. It's hard to say how serious it is because I don't really notice. I hear from my wife that I snore a lot. And she has confirmed a few times that I do stop breathing intermittently. Which, you know, the obvious conclusion is that I do have sleep apnea, but there's like a minimum amount of times per hour that you have to stop breathing for it to officially be sleep apnea. And that's what they're gonna test tomorrow. It sounds from the description that they're gonna wire me up like Cthulhu or whatever. There's like sensors on my chin to register muscle movement. A decibel meter to measure how loud I snore. A bunch of sensors on my face for eye movement, I think. And a breath sensor, I don't know where, maybe up my nose, not exactly sure. So just measure my breathing. Should be fun. I just don't really know what to expect because I've never had to stay at the hospital. Which I suppose is a blessing. Yeah, thank you. I hope so too. It should be fine. Like, I'm sure they'll, they'll provide proper care. Essentially, like I have to be there at 3 in the afternoon. Technically a half hour before, so 2:30ish. And then there's a questionnaire I have to go through with staff, like with a nurse. And some test readings. But from then on it's kind of just hanging out in my room until I have to go to sleep, and then they hook up everything for the night. Okay, nice. Let's refuel. Okay, upgrade right here. So we go get that and then just back to this road somehow. To there, to there. Might not be so easy as it looks. As easy as it looks. Try not to get the roof rack stuck on trees. Yeah, it's a bit muddy. I should still be in reach of trees to winch from, I assume. But yeah, this is very deep. Not very deep. It looked worse than it is. Engine for Ford CLT 9000. What is that truck? I don't think I've ever heard of that truck. Ford CLT 9000. Highway one. Interesting. To be fair, I've never used highway trucks that much. I did sometimes use the... what's it called? The one you get in Smithville. The Transstar. I did sometimes use that just as a fuel truck. Just park it somewhere. You know, somewhere convenient. I want to check the shop just to know what it looks like. And I'm too curious. Any garage? I don't know if there was an easier way to look up trucks. Maybe there was. Highway. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I've never used that one. Looks cool. But yeah, like, I think I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and just buy, quote unquote, sorry, I got sidetracked. I didn't finish my sentence. I'm just gonna have to, quote unquote, buy trucks for free and then find a way to make them not for free, like to compensate for it somehow. I forgot there was a Hummer. I do kind of like it. It was never a favorite, really, but you know, it's a classic in a way. This one I used to use a lot. One of these ANKs, I forget which one. Because one is better than the other, but I forget which. yeah, the Royal. Anyway, I have to stop looking at trucks. Do you have an overall favorite truck? Like if you could have, or let's say one scout and one, not necessarily general purpose truck, but like one scout and one truck. I generally have no idea what mine would be. So here, that's where I got stuck in the beginning. And then, I guess, this way. In terms of scouts, I do like the Tatooine, as overpowered as it is. It's just fun. And well, the Ford F750, again, because it's fun and it reminds me of McLeach's car in the Rescuers in Australia. Or the Rescuers Down Under, I don't know what it's called in English. In Dutch, literally translated, it's the Rescuers in Kangaroo Land. Maybe I'm showing my age by talking about the Rescuers. But again, it's kind of a, like the Tatooine, but in a different way. It's kind of a cheese scout. Mostly because it's so big. Oh, Lodestar is a good shout. I should have thought of that, because I really like it. Both because of the looks and because of the sound it makes, and just because how good it is relatively. Kind of small tires, but it tends to go like stink. Wait. No. I should uncover that challenge. Contest, rather. I'm sure I have a favorite, like, normal use truck. Just want to see. Oh, that's not even a contest. I know the contests have the stopwatch thing. So that's that, just reach various points. I might try that. It's pretty much on the way from this tower to this one. I like the taiga. I like the P16, but it's not really one you can use all that often. I'd say my favorite is probably going to be an off-road truck, but I'm struggling to come up with any of them. I like the ANK. I think I preferred the yellow one generally. Okay, upgrades within reach. So, yeah, just up here somewhere. I'm sure there is like a giant truck that's just fun to use, even though I don't really use it that often. Like a Kolob or something. Big truck, go brrr. Too many trucks to choose from. Raised. Oh, nice. That means we can get the bigger tires on that one. Okay. Thank you for suggesting the plan to just scout certain regions for the upgrades, but not actually do any contracts. Maybe I would have thought of that myself, but it's definitely not guaranteed, so and it makes me feel better about, you know, I would feel a bit bad if I completely skipped some regions. But that way, just by doing the towers and the upgrades and maybe a few easy tasks, you know, it's a much more fun prospect. Yeah, that would be cool. Or cool is the wrong word, perhaps. But it does make me curious to see which trucks I spend the most time in. Although I can kind of guess. The White Western is definitely up there. Might also be that Freightliner 1140 something, whatever. Wait, how do I need to go? Not from here, so I have to go up here and then down there. Hey man. Oh really? Well, that's my bad. I can tell you I would not have been prepared for that. I remember many years ago, like 2016, 17-ish, when I was streaming a lot more than I do now. I did get a few raids. Sometimes not so fun ones, like troll raids, which I could not mentally deal with at the time. Probably still couldn't. Hello, Mick Bart. How are you? It's getting very dark in my room. I don't know if it's giving like, I wish I knew his name, but the nerd guy from South Park. What am I doing? But yeah, I appreciate the sentiment. Stacks G. I'll have to look into that. It's funny that that's something you have to enable. But I guess maybe raids aren't that much of a thing on YouTube. More of a Twitch thing. But you joined at the right time. A peak winching extravaganza. On the plus side, if it's dark in my room, you can't see any of the mess. Just my overexposed, badly white balanced face. Yeah, up here. I was gonna say I don't have extra lights on this scout, but I do. The ones from the roof rack. I keep underestimating the turning circle. This is a fairly small vehicle, but still the turning radius is much bigger than you expect. Maybe I'm talking out of my butt, but that's the feeling I have. Could be a skill issue. Really? Nothing? Okay. Let's track this. So yeah, just Wait, how do I get back to the road? I don't know if I can cut through here, maybe. And then up here, up there. Yeah, just follow the path, essentially. Probably not going to be as easy as that, but we'll find out soon enough. Can you sneak through here? You can. Just checking how long I've been going for. An hour and a half-ish. I started a bit later than planned because I had some chores to do around the house. And I had a video I really wanted to finish first. Cairn episode 13, in case you're wondering, which actually should be out in 25 minutes exactly. Taking on the peril, which is, I mean, I don't know relatively how difficult that bit of the game is, but it's kind of notorious for being the most difficult point, or the most difficult section up to that point in the game. I did swear during the recording of that video. I don't remember exactly if I edited that part out. You might hear the B words, because I was struggling quite a lot. Anyway, maybe I shouldn't talk about other games too in-depth while playing this one. Especially when I should be focusing on what I'm doing. Nope. Okay. As usual, I underestimated how difficult this would be. There isn't much risk, even if we fall over. We should still be able to winch. Oh. No, I went a bit too far. I can't really see where I have to go. That's not good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I kind of went all in with that game, because that's all I'm, like, I've pretty much postponed everything else I was doing just to focus on Cairn until I finish it. If I ever finish it, but I should be able to. I'm not sure if that was a smart move in terms of like catering to the small audience I have. But I got invested, and like I'm sure I explained a few too many times, if I would only make one cairn video per week, it would take me several to many more months to finish it. It is a really good game, like, regardless of how well those videos do. I wasn't sure what to expect from the game in terms of difficulty mostly, but it's pretty well balanced, I'd say. I go back and forth between wanting to do a free solo run where you don't have any anchors to use and you have a much... oh. Right, that's a bit tricky. And a much smaller backpack. And most importantly, when you die, the game is over. You have to start from the beginning. That sounds really interesting, but also very intimidating. Okay, nice. And now I have to go back up. Probably should have done the tower first and then the last checkpoint. Yeah. To be honest, I'm not sure I'm seeing much of a difference whether I do four videos of 4 different games every week, or like now when I'm doing just cairn. Maybe it helps a bit. I'm not sure it does, but yeah. Do you notice much of a difference, good or bad? Okay, another upgrade. Seems to be the last one. I feel like I missed a tower. I thought when you unlock all the towers, the whole map becomes colored in. I guess it doesn't. So how would you do this? Just follow around there and then ideally up there. Otherwise you have to go all the way around, which I don't really want to do. Or around this way. Seems unnecessarily risky. No, that's not the way. The one thing I do feel kind of guilty about is that I have at least one game. I'm pretty sure Session Skate Sim is by far my most popular game that I play. Purely in terms of views. And I haven't been making, like, because I know those videos tend to do better. I feel a bit guilty that I'm not making videos of that game as much as I could. So for a while, I guess I was at least considering, and I was actually focusing more on skateboarding games and more generally extreme sports games. And maybe that was kind of becoming my niche, so to speak. Difflocks, White Western, nice. It will depend on money, but maybe by the time we get the White Western, we might be able to really pimp that truck out quite a bit. Difflocks, I don't know if it comes with all-wheel drive standard. Maybe raised? No, I don't think I have raised suspension for it yet. Maybe off-road tires. We only need 340 more XP. Can get a snowball effect, but hard to say. Yeah, wait, I'm gonna turn on the light because this is getting a bit ridiculous. Yeah. You're always just guessing. I hope I didn't mess anything up, because I feel like I hear myself differently than before. Just checking my messages. I do apologize. My wife is at a wedding as a wedding photographer. So not for fun, just for work. And look, I do have to keep a bit of an eye on my phone in case she texts. So wait, that's all the towers for this map. Just wanna have a look. This is a scout thing we can do. Off-road truck recommended. Planks for this. How many are here? Just one. Okay. but not really worth it, I think. I don't know where I'd get wood planks from otherwise. And this thing, again, planks. Before I make false assumptions, am I correct in saying that there can still be upgrades hidden? Like ones that don't show up when you unlock towers? Because I feel like there might be. Not necessarily in this map, but in other maps. Yeah, so we were going to go... Oh, yeah, and tasks. Well, that's great. Right, so the path to this thing. Although it's just... I have a feeling there's going to be a second objective after this one. But it's just up here. This should be fine. And if not, we'll go around. Yup. I was hoping to go to Alaska today to get the Royal, but I fear it's gonna have to wait. So, yeah, today definitely that task we're doing now. Hopefully the last two towers in Drummond Island. I'm not sure how easily accessible they'll be, because they're the ones you can't really get to easily from the south gate. Which is why I have to go this way, pretty much. I have a suspicion that maybe the stream alert thing isn't working properly. I'm not saying there should have been subscribers, but I seem to remember last time there was one new subscriber and I didn't get notified. Siren outside. That's what you get living across from a hospital. Ironically, not the hospital I have to go to tomorrow. Tomorrow is like half an hour, 40 minutes away. But that was like when I initially wanted to go talk to someone about maybe having sleep apnea. You know, the fastest possible or the earliest possible appointment in any hospital in the area was there. As for the one here, just across from where we live, maybe you had to go through your GP anyway, and it would have been several more months to even get a first consultation. Okay. It's not too bad, but still worse than I thought. Nothing a bit of winching can't solve, I hope. Very gloopy. On a technical note, I'm glad I had the idea to mess with my fan curves. Specifically the CPU one, because my PC used to get very loud, like not obnoxiously loud, but still a bit too loud for recording, even for streaming, where I tend to worry about noise less than for videos. But now it's much more manageable, and I don't have to mess with the audio too much to get it like, I don't have to mess with it as much, period. Even though for ASMR videos many people like a bit more noise, constant noise. But it was a bit too much for my liking, and now it's like, now I can barely hear it. Yeah. But what now? Yeah. I knew there was a part 2. I'm a bit confused what you need to do for this. A cargo container, which is not on the map, I guess. Usually these things are on the map. Maybe I'm mistaken. So yeah, we can just continue along this way to the gate. Running a bit low on fuel. Very low, actually. I mean, running low in the add-ons. I'm just thinking about what that guy said about enabling redirect. I don't even know where you would do that. I'm guessing somewhere in the settings where you set up a stream, or just in the general settings in the studio or something. I don't know. When in doubt, just Google. Oops. Where the heck am I? No. That's some serious mud right here. I can't do a southern accent very well. Maybe I can, but I'm feeling too self-conscious about it, so I don't even know why I tried to do it in a half-assed way. Okay. So now are you serious? I made a boo-boo. I thought I would be here right now. You can't cross here, no? I'm not convinced, but I'm gonna try. Settings on YouTube Studio under community moderation. Oh, nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's a bit weird that you have to enable that, because I don't see how it can be a negative thing. As in, I don't see why you would want to have it disabled. Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Probably works a bit differently here. I don't know. I've never been in a position to raid anyone except maybe a very long time ago, but even then, maybe 10 people or so at the most, which is a bit sad for a raid. but still can be a fun thing to do. Oh, I have very bad memories about the camera, about that ship. 'Cause there's like a container you have to get to there or from there. I don't remember exactly, but I remember the situation there. Some very tight corner with the big risk to fall into the depths. Ooh, it's kind of steep. This might be too deep to cross. Yeah. Might be fine, might not be fine. But definitely to here. Minor water damage. And then I don't know if it matters. Yeah, just the way I'm pointing. It's a bit scary. Please, no. No, 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 no. Maybe to that one. The old slingshot maneuver. It's fun when it works. Okay. What is this? Cousin Cletus. New trailer. I'd like to find some fuel if it's not too much of a problem. Because I don't know if I'm gonna have enough. But yeah. So we're probably gonna have to go there and then have to make a stop here to get that task registered. And then, I don't know. I'm gonna try and save some gas by not having all-wheel drive on all the time. Left seems less deep, but right has those telephone posts to winch from. don't know if I'm saving fuel by using auto gear with no all-wheel drive. Wait, so just through here, and of course the thing is on the other side of the bridge. Ugh. Wait, how do you get to the towers? Because this one is probably closer, but I have a feeling it's gonna be in some awkward place I can't really get to yet. This one for sure should be accessible. So maybe let's do that one first. Which means through here. And then just follow, I guess. If this repair thing has fuel, I will be very happy. I don't know if repair trailers have fuel. Service trailers. They do not. Should be able to reach this tower, probably not the second one. Unless I fall off the edge here. Oops. Apologies for that dramatic zoom. That tends to happen. Still moving forwards. Maybe not really necessary to winch. And then if I can reach... Nope, that one. Okay. No upgrades, it seems. Just a bunch of stuff. And then, yeah, this tower. Back the way we came to there. Is there any kind of fuel to be had? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, probably not. So there's a very real chance we're gonna run out. Not as many winch points in this direction. If there's anything in front that would help. Well, if there is that one and that one. No. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out and for the useful intel. And for being an all-around nice person. Yeah, hospital should be fine. But thank you, I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your... Yeah, you're in the same time zone, kind of. So have a good rest of your evening. Probably not gonna do too much anymore anyway. You could even say it's a bit desperate to even try to reach the tower with 14 liters of fuel. Especially considering I don't know where the tower is exactly. I guess the smart thing would have been to make for the fuel station to fill up everything, like the add-ons and the vehicle. Then fuel would not have been an issue. Yeah. Down there. So down here. I'd say it's a bust, but I'm too stubborn to quit. Probably not even gonna make it across the ford. Seven. The tower's right there. It's very annoying. gonna be annoyingly close. Without all-wheel drive, maybe. Yeah, that's excellent. What am I doing? I can't see a thing. Yeah, I don't know really how you're supposed to do this. The long way around is through there. This is really not gonna work. All these branches, they're ingrained in the scenery. Well, I'm gonna stall any second. Yeah, out of fuel. I could winch myself, maybe. That's just a bad plan all around. I'm curious if that would work. Yeah, to there. This is really stupid. It's not stupid if it works. Of course. Look. Technically it doesn't matter which way we're up. I don't even... Oh. I thought I was on the road. This is really not even worth it. In the P16, could I technically reach the scout? I'm not really sure. I don't know what's here in this dark area. Can't get across the bridge, so I would have to go the way I went in the scout, or through here. If anything, I think it's worth a try. Oops, nope. I forget how you change camera angle. Like, seriously. How do you do this? Winch? No. I thought it was square, but that's not doing anything. Triangle is winch. Controller. Control scheme. Oh, R3. I don't remember pressing R3 at all. So, yeah, it's gonna be rather tight through there. This is a stupid idea. There, there, then around to there, down here. If I can make it that far. This bridge is too narrow for the truck. I mean, if I can pull this off, I will be somewhat proud. There is the issue that this guy is kind of fuel hungry. So I should top off because I'm at the fuel station. I'm not going to. It's as good it's as good an excuse as any to just drive around in this thing. What tree? I really hope I can get through here. That's that's really the only obstacle, I think. If we can physically fit between these rocks up ahead. Struggling for power. Or just, you know, not making full contact. Completely forget if you can even get all-wheel drive for this thing. I don't think so. Come on, you big lug. Come on. Jesus. I need a turning circle smaller than planet Earth. No available winch points. Come on. Yes. I'm surprised it's struggling so much. I know this is not prime terrain for a truck like this. But it's struggling without any kind of cargo. Come on. Oh, stupid rock. A lot of wheel spin. Okay, is this where we need to head down? Looks pretty deep. I don't know how deep water this truck can handle. I guess we're gonna find out. Not a problem. I don't even know if you can get snorkels for this. I'd say no, mostly because it's not necessary. Okay, and then I think it was up here. Yeah. Up to there. And down there. This bit might be a bit interesting as well, but I think it should work. I like trucks that just go. If there's mud, doesn't care. Small rocks, doesn't care. I'm not saying this truck does all of that, but generally it just feels nice when terrain doesn't even matter. You kind of get that in the Tatrin. It's the one that always comes to mind as just a vehicle that keeps on going, except on loose rocks, because then you tend to get stuck. Like a turtle. It's maybe not the best analogy. I think we are actually gonna do this. The scout is just a short ways ahead. Of course, I would have to probably get it to the road because I can't really drive the P16 right up to it. Yeah. How am I gonna do this? Maybe to there. Might be able to refuel already. No, not quite. Now I guess I could just park the P16 a bit closer, or I can winch to the P16. Why is it coasting? Left the handbrake off, I assume. Although, I think I turned it on. Okay, so... from P16 to Scout, let's do that much. Maybe unnecessarily risky, but I think we should be able to get from here to there. Up here, left, and then just to the tower. I'm sure there is a shorter way. I'm not gonna take the risk of getting stuck somewhere where the P16 can't reach in case I need to refuel again. Nuts. Luckily, there's a tree, which doesn't help. I don't know why I always get surprised by deep mud. I have eyes with glasses that should be sufficient. But still, I just plow nose first into those mud pits and often get into trouble. Okay, let's try not to roll here. Okay. Okay, sweet. Upgrade. Oh, all the way up here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that for next time. I don't know if that's the only upgrade left. But at least now, to be sure, we have all the towers here. Definitely the ones in Black River and Smithville we did. We did the last one here just now. So yeah, that's pretty much all the scouting we had left to do in Michigan. So now it's just, you know, figuring out in what order to do all the tasks. Probably these two bridges first. Yeah, I mean, there's no point in planning it all out now because I'll forget by the next time anyway. But definitely these two bridges, just for, you know, to be able to get around. And then it's gonna depend on whether or not I have off-road tires available. And I might go to Alaska just to get the Royal added to the garage so I can use that one in Michigan for lack of other off-road trucks. Well, that's gonna do it for this one. Thank you for watching. I don't think there's anyone watching currently, but if you're watching this as VOD, thanks for watching. Still did 2 hours and a half. I was planning to keep it at 2 hours, but you tend to get caught up in stuff. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.